And we are live. What's up, everybody? It's Devin from Neptune Design, and I thought because it was Thursday, I thought I'd just pop in and do a quick live Q&A. So, yeah, we're not going to make this very long, or at least I say this at the beginning of every stream. Okay, every single stream I come in and I'm like, we're not going to make this long, and then it ends up being like a 2.5 hour stream. So, what I'm going to say in this stream is, we'll see how it goes. But I'd like to welcome each and every single one of you to my Google Ads live stream. And I want you to say hi in the comment section. I want you to let me know where you're from. And what I am going to do is I'm going to start the ticker over here. And also, what I'm going to do is I just want to say thank you to our sponsors. And I think I have a sponsor banner. Man, I haven't done this in a while. So let's see. Let's see over here. Okay, cool. We'd like to thank Profitable PPC. Once again, that's my Google Ads course where you can learn how to take your ads from losing money and actually get them profitable in less than 30 days. So if that sounds exciting to you, what I want you to do is click on the link below and you can see my Profitable PPC course. Also, I need to tell you about lead pages. Now, the number one problem whenever you are setting up an ad or when you are busy creating an ad campaign is trying to make sure that your landing page is set up properly. And I know with web designers, you're going to be spending $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. And sometimes as an entrepreneur, you're basically bootstrapping and you just want something to help you get the best results and not spend that much money. So with all of that being said, if you are interested in a ready-made landing page for your company, for your website, for your service, whatever it is that you do, I want you to check out lead pages, and I'm going to link down to them in the description below. All right, so I'm here for you guys. I want to answer whatever Google Ads questions that you have. I just thought I'd get that sponsor slot out of the way. Let's just make sure my little ticker is working. Let me know where you are from and I'll answer them after the presentation. No, I want to answer them now. So whatever questions you have, shoot. Let me just make sure I get this banner right. Okay, and I'll answer them for you. I see Steph is saying hi in the chat. Hey, Steph. this is kind of weird. You stalking me everywhere, but I'm kind of okay with it because I know you want to know as much about Google Ads as possible, so you're not really stalking me. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, Steph. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Who else is here? Who else is in the chat? Come on, guys, don't be shy, don't be quiet. Let me know what is happening with you. And guys, I've had a crazy month when it comes to Google Ads. I've been really trying out a lot of different strategies. I'm starting to see that the phrase match and the broad match in Google Ads are kind of similar. In fact, for me, they're starting to be exactly the same, whereby if I put something on phrase match, it's just as similar as I put something on broad match. So I think phrase match is really losing its power. What I'm also starting to see is I'm starting to see a lot of interesting things with Performance Max. So for example, I set up this Performance Max campaign. You know what? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a screen up and I'm going to actually show you what I did with this Performance Max campaign because it's super interesting and I think a lot of you would be interested in that. And Steph is saying, yeah, that's what she told her husband. No, it's good. I want you over here. And Steph, don't be shy. I know you are a profitable PPC student. I know you're a member of our community, but if you want to ask me anything, you're more than welcome to ask. And that goes for all of you over here. Just let me know what country you guys are from. But what I want to do is I just quickly want to share what my PMAX campaign has been doing. If I can find it. Let's see over here. We're going to go campaign type. And we're going to go Performance Max. All right. So I want to show you this because this is super weird. Let's just see if I can get the screen right. Let's do this, say present, share screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the screen in. Can you guys see my screen over here? Now, a couple of interesting things have been happening to me. So if we look at my performance max over here, which I've got all my performance max selected, but I want to take, let's see, it's probably going to be this dude over here. I want you to see what happened with my performance max. Over the past, I don't know, 30 days, right? And I'm going to take this away and I'm just going to put it on clicks so that you can see what's happening with the clicks. Remember, the clicks are the blue lines. Check what happened over here. Nothing happened. And then there was this big spike where I got a bunch of clicks and I got a bunch of conversions. And then after that, my Performance Max campaign just died off. It didn't spend anything whatsoever. And I had it on $10 per day. I dropped it down to $1 per day. And then I boosted it back up to $5 or $6. It did absolutely nothing. So if anyone is experiencing anything like that, let me know because I want to make a video about it. So yeah, that was it. Let me show you a couple of other highlights from my week or from my last 30 days as well. My search campaigns were not doing all that good. We got about 2 conversions, but those conversions cost us $34 each. But my video campaigns rescued the day. So if you look at my video campaigns, we had a view rate of 14.26%, 228 clicks. And I think my cost per conversion over here was about $9. So that's about perfectly fine for me as well. Oh yeah, and I discovered one more thing. If you change your hook in your YouTube ad, you can actually get better performance and cheaper performance as well. So let's just go and find the specific ads that were working really well for me. These are my ads that lead to my 100 leads workshop. For those of you who don't know, I have a workshop where I teach you how to get your first 100 leads. And if you look over here, you'll notice that these ads over here, they've got very good view rates, right? Which means they get very good click-through rates, which means, where's my click-through rate? CTR. Come on, Devin. Oh, I can find it because it's not here. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to just go modify columns. And what I'm going to do is I am going to go and find click-through rate over here. This is a very important metric, by the way. If you guys are not used to YouTube ads or running YouTube ads, this is an extremely important metric because click-through rate allows you to see how well your ad is performing, especially. This is true for search ads, but it's even more true for YouTube ads. Click-through rates over here. So as you can see over here, click-through rate 1%, cost per conversion $23. You see that? Now, check this out. Click-through rate 2%, half the cost per conversion. And I'm willing to bet this guy over here, okay, so this cost per conversion here is 50 cents. This is a complete anomaly, but I'm willing to bet that if I get it higher than 3%, I'd probably have a $2 cost per conversion, but 50 cents cost per conversion, that's not bad at all. So once again, I know I say this on every single live stream, every single coaching session I have, but if you're not using YouTube ads right now, then you're missing out. Now, some of these are newer ads, and that's why you'll see there's no conversions over here. I've been trying and I've been experimenting and I've been doing a whole lot of stuff trying to get better results with my Google ads. So whenever you're running Google ads, it's important that not only that you do the stuff that you know, the search ads, but you also need to experiment a little bit and, you know, do the kind of ads that you don't usually do. And this is probably what Steph is finding out. So I want you guys, if you're running ads, right, mix in a little bit of YouTube ads, mix in a little bit of search ads, because I'll tell you now, if you look at the conversion rate on this campaign, it's super low, 0.52%. However, my cost per conversion is amazing, 9.38%. If we go to my search ads, because I have to pay so much for the clicks and I have to hope that the clicks are good, you'll notice that here I'm only getting a 6.45% conversion rate. And not only that, but my cost per click is really expensive. Now, if you really dial in your search ads, this is what the campaign could look like. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go, I think it's this one over here, and I am going to make this over all time, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, once you dial in your campaigns, we can get cost per conversions as low as $8, right? But it comes with time. It comes with time. It's not going to happen for you straight away. So Steph has got a question here. Uh, Steph says demand gen is just messing with my data right now. The reason why Steph says that is because I told Steph in our private community, I told her, well, I kind of challenged her and I told her that I wanted to run a demand gen campaign. And Steph, am I right in saying that about 80% of your conversions, of the leads that you got from your demand gen, were actually not good leads? Am I correct in saying that? Just let me know in the chat. So let's talk about demand gen, and let's talk about why demand gen is so weird. I'm just waiting on Steph to give me that answer. Also, guys, don't be shy. If you have any questions, if you want to ask me anything about Google Ads, please, please, please ask anything. Just as long as you let me know what country you're from, I am more than happy to ask and answer anything that you might have. So we got Philip as well. Hey, Philip, how you doing? Good to see you on the live stream, man. Thanks for joining us. All right, so let's talk about demand gen, and let's talk about why demand gen is messing you up. So the reason why I told you to run a demand gen campaign is, number one, not because I want to see you suffer. I do not want to see you suffer. I do not want to see you struggle. But you need to know this. Demand gen is going to show on Gmail. It's going to show on news feeds, but it's also going to show on a whole bunch of other places where you don't want it to show. For example, on maybe blogs, well, some blogs that aren't that helpful. It'll show on mobile apps. So what happens is sometimes kids will be playing on their mobile phones, and sometimes when they go to their game and let's say they beat the level and they have to go to the next level, boop, your ad's going to appear over there. So that's not really going to be helpful, and you're going to get a lot of clicks, and those clicks aren't really going to generate any leads for you whatsoever. The reason why I'm asking you to run demand gen specifically is because, guys, if you don't know, Steph generated like 122 leads in a single month. So she's basically maxed out whatever she can do with search campaigns in her area, and we need to start exploring, different options. So Steph, what I need you to work out for me is, if you can, and if you can answer on this live stream, is tell me what your cost per conversion is on your demand gen campaign specifically. And then we're also going to talk about certain things that you can do. All right. Next question. Hi, I genuinely am curious. Why is the salary so low with paid search, especially in the US, starting at 50K per year? Well, here's the thing. I don't think that going and doing a job in paid search is advisable if you don't have the right experience, and number one, if you're not dealing with the right types of clients. You have to remember something, Kareem. For every job that you see in the US, there's probably somebody in India, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh who can do it at 10% of that salary. At 10% of that salary. So what's happening is a lot of companies are starting to look at this and go, if we hire somebody in the US, it could cost us 50K a year. But if we take that same job and hire somebody, I'm just making an example, from India, from Bangladesh, if we hire anybody from there, it could be super cheap. So as a company, what would you do? Would you spend all of that money in the US, or would you rather outsource? And what happens is, because you're constantly outsourcing, that causes a drop. It causes a drop in salary. So my advice to you is, working a job in PPC and working a job in search is one thing, and it's an okay thing, but you need something more. You need something more. In fact, Kareem, what I want you to do is I want you to watch my podcast episode with a gentleman called Omar Reyes. he was looking for a way to make himself stand out. So what he started to do was interview a whole bunch of other PPC experts on LinkedIn as well. And it's a good thing you are on LinkedIn right now. So maybe you can see him as one of my connections, or just add me as a friend and I'll send you his profile. What a lot of people are doing in order to get the good salaries is they are positioning themselves as experts. And that's what you need to do. You can't just be a guy who just runs paid search anymore. It's not going to pay the bills. You need to position yourself as an expert, and then you'll start to be able to command expert prices. And we have Andreas as well. Hey, my friend from Greece. How you doing, man? It's great to have you on the live stream, man. All of my students are joining me. I feel so special, guys. You don't have to do that, but thank you very much for being on this call. All right, so let's see. Steph says that the demand gen is 2 days old now, so no conversions yet. All right, so the good news for you is, Steph, you're getting clicks at about 50 cents each. So wait. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you to wait, because what I want you to do is slow it down now. And we're just going to look at the data on the next coaching call. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can maybe get more performance out of it. And yes, I know it sucks having an ad that's taking all of your money and you feel like it should be giving you leads, but there is method to my madness. And I don't think I've ever led you down the wrong path before, have I? So just trust me on this one. We're going to make sure that it works for you and works for your business, and we're going to make sure that you get good leads. When you think about demand gen, right? Oh yeah, Andreas mentioned something very good here. He said conversion rate optimizer is a trendy work title. So Steph, I'm going to get back to you, but here's the thing. When you position yourself as a paid search specialist, you're going to command a certain salary. When you can position yourself as a conversion rate optimizer, and this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say be an expert, right? So you're going away from paid search. You're doing the same thing. The job is exactly the same. You're still doing the landing page. You're still doing the keywords. You're still setting up the ads. But now you're just framing it as you're a conversion rate optimizer. And all of a sudden, now you're worth 4 times more. And you can command the salary that you want. And this is what I mean when I say position yourself as an expert. You're not going to get by with just saying I'm a paid search specialist, because there are so many paid search specialists overseas. And to tell you the truth, Kareem, when I started out, I had the exact same problem, because I had no experience. And I know a whole bunch of other people who had no experience, and we were all competing for the same clients in the search ad space. So you have to find a way to differentiate yourself. Unfortunately, well, I can say unfortunately, but fortunately, because unfortunately, it is more work. But fortunately, you're going to get paid more because you're doing more work on branding yourself. And yeah, here we go. All right. So Steph says, hi, Andreas. And also, yeah, you want to trust the journey. So Steph, when it comes to your demand gen campaigns, when it comes to your performance max campaigns, I've seen this before in so many accounts, and I'm sure Andreas and maybe even Philip would agree. For some campaigns, for some audiences, for some clients, demand gen and performance max never work. You switch them on, it burns money. You switch it off, it doesn't burn money. And then you try and switch it on again, and then all of a sudden the ad is profitable. It's making a lot of money. This happens a lot. In fact, Pamela Wagner, one of my close friends in the Google ad space, she had the same thing. The key with these campaign types is you have to look at where your ads are showing up, right? If your ads are showing up on websites that have got nothing to do with what your potential clients would be interested in, yes, your ads are going to burn money, especially demand gen and performance max. However, if you show your ads on specific places where you know that the clients are, then you might be able to make them work. The good news for you is you've got a search campaign that's producing 122 leads a month. So that part is sorted out already. What we need to do now is we need to work on the different types of ads that might not be amazing, but will still get us those leads in cheaply. Okay. So search, we're sorted out. We've maxed out your search volume. We now need to supplement that with all of these weird campaign types. So trust me, trust the journey, trust the process. I will get you there. All right. So Andrea says, I would love to hear your opinion on demand gen. I have only used it on fully saturated accounts that we couldn't find more traffic for. It's like meta ads in my mind with large budgets. All right, so this is a good question. So with demand gen, what I'm starting to realize, we're still in the experimental phase with demand gen, but what I'm starting to realize is most of the time, demand gen is going to waste your money unless you treat it like a retargeting exercise, which is basically what I'm working towards with Steph. So, what I used to do with my Gmail ads, I wonder if I still have them. Let's see. Let's see if I still have my Gmail ads somewhere. Be an interesting little thing. Let's see if I can see my old school. Oh man, please tell me. I think I still have them. Just give me 1 second. Let's see if we can find them over here. And as you can see, guys, I've been running campaigns for 7 years. So we got a lot and a lot and a lot of tests. We got a lot of different stuff going on here. So let's see if we can find them. I'm going to say all campaigns. And let's see if I can find my Gmail. There we go. So these used to be the old Gmail and Discovery ads. And what I found with these is I've got my all-time performance on here. And as you can see, I didn't spend much money on them. But what I tend to find with these campaigns is they can give me super cheap cost per conversions from time to time. I think I have a few more in here. I might have one or two more in there as well. But the problem is when you're running the demand gen, right? When you're running the demand gen, it's very business specific. So for example, I'll show you 4 failed demand gen campaigns. We ran demand gen over here, didn't even start. Ran demand gen over here. We got 4 conversions, but the cost per conversion was more than my search ad. So I can't really say that this is amazing. Let's look at the conversion rate on this demand gen as well, just for interest sake. There we go, 0.09%, right? However, if we look at the cost per click, it's going to be super cheap, 1 cent, right? So what I typically do with these demand gen campaigns is I run them purely as a supplemental campaign. Yeah, can't find any more. But anyway, what I do with these demand gen campaigns is I run them purely as a supplemental campaign. So what that means is if I've maxed out search, like in Steph's case, we've maxed out the search volume in maybe the Pretoria area for plumbers, okay? We're not getting any more searches. Now we need to go outside of the campaigns that we know will do good for us. Now, she's already mentioned she doesn't want to run a YouTube ad. She's already mentioned that she doesn't want to be in front of a camera, so we have to get a little bit more creative. But what I find is they work really well for remarketing. And Philip wants to add to that. So Philip says demand and PMEX does work, but only for very high volume impressions and clicks where the algorithm can work fast. And yeah, I tend to agree with that as well, whereby you have to feed the machine. You have to feed the machine, and it takes some time. And I think a lot of people don't have the time. And the problem with Steph is she's seen what a good campaign will do, and now it's kind of like you're expecting all of your campaigns to be good when you start them out. But you also have to remember, Steph, we had a 6-month journey before that campaign started doing well. And it's going to be exactly the same with demand gen. We're going to have to get the data in. We're going to have to make sure that we're showing the ads to the right people, and slowly but surely it'll come good. All right. And yeah, Steph is saying her remarketing ads are producing good conversions though. Steph, what I'd be interested with you is what is your cost per conversion for your remarketing ads? If you go check there as well. And remarketing ads are a perfect example of what I was talking about as well, whereby we were kind of experimenting, and I said to you, hey, there's a whole bunch of people that come to your website and those people are not converting. So I was like, okay, fine. If a whole bunch of people are coming to your website and they're not converting, Let's remarket those people. Let's show ads to those people again, get them to come on the website again, get them to consider you as a plumber again, and maybe, just maybe, we will get some conversions. And that's exactly what happened. So what I want to know from you is, what's your cost per conversion? And even if you can give me your conversion rate on your remarketing ad, one of them remarketing campaigns that's doing the best, I'd love to know that. You have to remember something, guys. I'm a Google Ads guy, but I'm also learning like you guys are learning. We are running these experiments. We are testing these strategies out. I know what has worked for me in the past 7 years, but that doesn't mean I know everything. Every day is a day of new discovery for me as well. And Philip says over here, without volume, demand, and PMAX is useless. Philip, are you saying that, just to rephrase, I don't want to put words in your mouth. So you're saying basically without search volume and demand, performance max is useless. You can just rewrite it. Hey, look who's here. Chucky. Hey, my friend. Oh, man, we missed you. Where have you been? Where have you been, dude? It's been like, what, 3 months, 4 months since we've seen you? Oh, I'm so happy to have you, man. Oh, that makes me happy. Now you see, now I'm happy I started this live stream. Yeah. So basically, yeah, Philip, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but basically there has to be a good amount of data before you get these campaigns to work. So Philip is saying over here, low budget, low click volume doesn't feed the machine. Yeah, definitely. So the main thing is that you need to understand with the stuff, and why Philip is saying feed the machine. You got to think about it this way. When you're running a Google ad campaign, okay, and you have a demand gen or you have a PMAX, and you're saying that you want the campaign to work today. You're starting the campaign to work, so tomorrow you want to start getting clients and leads. Google Ads doesn't work that way. Even search ads don't work that way, but especially these new types, these AI heavy campaign types, they don't work that way. What you need to do is, just like Google is doing and OpenAI is doing and ChatGTP is doing, and all of these AI companies, what they're doing is they are taking in massive amounts of data. They are looking for patterns in the data. And once they see a pattern, then the AI is going to be confident in its answer. Now how does this make sense with advertising, right? I'm not doing anything data-wise, Devin. You might not be doing it, but every time you send the ad out, Google is looking who's engaging with this ad, who's converting in this ad, who's buying with this ad. And only once they figure out, oh, this type of person really seems to like Steph's products a lot, this type of person is converting very often. As soon as that starts happening, then the AI finds that pattern, and then they start showing your ads to the right people, right? That's the difference between these new campaigns and the old campaigns. In the old campaigns, it's a search campaign. If somebody typed plumber near me, it's kind of obvious they want a plumber. We don't have to find a pattern. They're searching for what they want. So these new campaigns, like Philip said, are heavily dependent on getting the right data to them. So Kledji says he loves the stream. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. And let's see. Andrea says, whoever claims that they have all the answers on Google is probably faking it, or is the one that made the Google Ads algorithm. And if it's AI, that's true. They don't even the people working on AI, they're not exactly sure how their AI is working. So that is a good point to make. Guys, you have to be very careful on YouTube, because a lot of gurus are going to tell you do this, and in 3 months' time, you're going to make $5 million with Google Ads, or you're just going to scale up your campaign and you're going to have no problems whatsoever, or if they've got a foolproof strategy for that. Be very careful with that. The first thing I tell all my students, and you can ask them because they've taken my course and they're on this chat, the first thing I tell all of them is, we don't have all of the answers. We're going to try the strategy that works, and we are going to customize it for your specific business. but there are no guarantees in advertising, and I'm not going to give a guarantee in my course. All I can do is use the same system that's helped me help about 81 business owners fix their Google ads. That's the system that I use, but it's never guaranteed that it's going to work. Okay, so Steph, this is nice. I like the data. I like the data. All right, so you got 14 days of data. Your average CPC is, guys, if you see the R's over there, that's RAND, that's South African RAND. So what I'll do is I'll convert it for you. So when you say your CPC is, well, I'm not really interested in CPC. I'm interested in your cost per conversion. Your cost per conversion is 43 Rand and 41 cents. So if we convert that, you're looking at about, wow, $2.38. That is a very, very good cost per conversion. And you see, that's not a search campaign, that's a remarketing campaign. This is why you need remarketing campaigns. So $2.38. Yeah, so that's beautiful. And your conversion rate is sitting at 13.45%. Perfect, perfect. Absolutely love that. All right, so Kledji, question for me. Have you ever encountered retargeting audiences getting populated so slow, even though there are plenty of visitors on the website? All right, and then for context, Kledji says, I had over 2,000 visitors on my website, and the retargeting audience has only 120 users. Kledji, you are not alone in this. It's been happening to quite a few of people that are reaching out to me on social media. I had a young gentleman from Brazil 2 weeks ago with exactly the same problem. We checked the remarketing tag. We checked his tag manager setup. We ran through all of his settings. There was nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you've seen my video on how to fix your remarketing audiences, but I'm going to put my video in the chat. But I'm going to tell you, if it does not work, it's not your fault. It's happening to a lot of people. In fact, we tried to set it up with Steph, and exactly the same thing was happening. The best advice I can give you right now is, if you try and fix it and it doesn't work and it's not populating like it's supposed to populate, run a performance max and make it bid for existing users, not for new users. If you do that, it's more or less going to act like a retargeting campaign. I've got a feeling that Google Ads is kind of, this is just a feeling, guys. It's not real, it's not happening, but I've got a feeling that Google Ads is kind of leaving our retargeting broken to force us into using performance max campaigns. And I've had so many people reach out to me with this exact same problem, where they set up everything properly and it just does not populate. And the reason why I know it's on Google's side and not our side is, this used to work for me. This used to work perfectly fine. And now all of a sudden I'm having problems with it. I've enabled signals, I've enabled everything, and even I can't get mine to work. However, my retargeting audience populates perfectly fine with my YouTube channel, weirdly enough. So yeah, I don't know if they're changing anything, but a lot of people are experiencing the exact same issue that you are. So don't worry if you feel like it's only happening to you. It's not only happening to you. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to put my retargeting video in the chat. Have a look through it if you haven't already. And yeah, maybe that'll help you. All right. So it's coming into the chat for you, Kledji. There you go. All right. Let me know also if you have or haven't watched it before. I don't know how you found the channel. All right. So, Stephanie. Yeah, this is fantastic data, man. This is really good. This is really good. Steph, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. We're just trying to get you a few more. We're just trying to get you a few more leads, but you're absolutely fine. Yeah. So Chuki says, yeah, it could really fit in my schedule. For some reason, YouTube just wasn't recommending me your live streams or your videos for some reason. So now I got here maybe to learn something. Oh, fantastic, man. I'm so glad to have you over here. Ask any questions that you want. You know how this works already, Chuki. You're from here. So yeah, Kledji, it's definitely a Google thing. It's not you. It's not you. Go through that video. If you have everything enabled that I put in that video, then it's not you. All right. So also, Andrea says ad blockers and tracking stops from Apple devices, not logged in users, data sampling, and also visitors. Yep. And they aren't separate users. Okay, yeah. I think if there's such a massive drop off, though, if you've got 2,000 visitors and you're barely getting 120, I don't think all of them are using Apple devices. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's probably a Google thing. Usually, with our remarketing audience, what we usually see back in the days, when I say back in the days, I'm talking about 3 years ago, we would see maybe 1,000 visitors and we would see maybe 782 in a remarketing audience. So let's say that after this new traffic, after this new conversion tracking, cookie policy, data consent, all of that, it could reduce it down to about 300 people. But yeah, I that is a massive drop. Kleji, just by interest sake, are you advertising in Europe? Let me know. Or is it just the USA? All right, moving on. The average user uses 4 or 5 devices. Yeah, it could be possible. Could be possible. All right, so we got somebody new on the stream. PJ Bala 91. Before you ask a question on the stream, I need you to give me what country you are from. The reason why my friends over here, I didn't ask them what country they're from, Kleji. You also didn't tell me which country you're from. The reason why I haven't asked anyone else what country they're from is because we kind of know them already. They're regulars on the channel. So, PJ Bala, just let us know what country you're from, and then I'll gladly answer your question for you. All right, cool. So, Kleji says, thank you, MCX and Devon. Oh, it's our absolute pleasure, man. Definitely. Is it an issue of surrounding? Michael, welcome, by the way. Thank you so much for joining us. This is another regular of the live stream as well. So, Michael says, is it an issue surrounding the removal of cookies in the headerless age? It could be. It could be, but it's a big, that's a massive drop off that Cledge's experience. So I don't think it would be that big. All right, so PJ Bala says he is from the USA. Okay, so PJ Bala's question is, for a beginner, do you think it's easier to start with local service businesses or e-com niche? All right, so are you running ads for people, or are you running ads for yourself and you want to start either a local service business or e-com niche? Let me know, because it's going to depend on how I answer, and I don't want to give you a big 25-minute answer for a question that you're not really asking me. So are you running ads for people, or are you running ads for yourself? Let me know, PJ Bala, and I'll gladly address that for you. All right, cool. Man, you guys are really busy over here. You're fact finding. All right, and Kleji is from Albania. Hey, I know some good people from Albania, man. I used to work with guys in England at this coffee shop, and yeah, they were amazing, man. So yeah, I love people from Albania and from Poland. Love you guys. All right, so you want to run ads for people. Okay. So, this is a loaded question, but we might need this question. PJ Bala might have asked the best question of the live stream so far. All right, so you're a beginner, you're running ads for people. When you're running ads for people, you would probably be better served going after the local service businesses versus the e-com niche. Why am I saying that? Because when it comes to e-commerce, a lot of people don't want to accept the fact that they need to do work on their e-commerce websites first before they generate sales. A lot of people go onto Shopify, they get a whole bunch of affiliate pictures or affiliate products, and they just put them on there, like 350 affiliate products, and then they turn around to you as the marketer and they say, hey, you have to make this work. You have to get conversions from the store. Some go so far as to say that I'm not going to pay you any money until my store starts selling products. The only problem is when you start looking at their stores, you start seeing products with no reviews, you start seeing bad product images, and you start seeing a whole bunch of work that they need to do. And most of the time, the e-commerce business owners are very stubborn And most of the time, the e-commerce business owners don't want to hear that the problem is actually on their side. They think that you're a marketer and you're going to make a miracle and you're going to make people forget that they have a quote unquote garbage. I was going to use another word, but we're on a live stream. That they have a garbage website. So work with the service-based business owners. You are going to find that they are much more serious. If you need to set up a landing page for them, you can easily set up a landing page for them. And on top of that, you're also going to be able to get them better results sooner, so it will look good on your ad portfolio. To give you an idea, when I started off helping electricians. I help people that do smash and grab tinting on windows. So just your local service-based guys. And generally, those business owners are more serious because they're making money already in their businesses and they need more clients. So you're going to be able to help people who genuinely are making money already, which means you get to make more money. Business will be more stable for you. And even if you're starting off, it's going to be easier for you to get sales off of a search campaign than from a shopping campaign. So to give you an idea, the average search campaign converts at about 3.73%. If you Google that, your average search campaign conversion, some are as high as 4%. Now, if you go over to your shopping ads, your average shopping ads convert at about 2.19%. So what does this mean for you? It means you have more chance of converting off a search ad for a local business who's looking for leads than you do from a shopping ad. So from a purely logical point of view, start with your local service businesses, especially if you're a beginner. And what I want to do for you, my friend PJ, is I'm going to include my Google Ads setup cheat sheet. It's going to give you everything that you need to basically set up the ad properly. And it's only like $10. So you've got nothing to lose by having this little cheat sheet. So I'm going to put it down in the description. Anyone who's interested in my setup cheat sheet, you literally can copy my personal Google Ads settings that I use to generate leads in my business. You can copy that for yourself. It's linked down in the description below and you can check it out for yourself. All right. I knew that was going to be a long answer, guys. I tell you it was going to be a long answer. I knew that was going to be a long answer, but I wanted to make sure that we are addressing the question fully. And also, PJ Baller, I hope I'm saying that right. What I want you to do is also ask any more questions, because I know when you're a beginner, it's kind of hard trying to absorb all of this stuff. All right, cool. Let's see over here. Got it. Is there any possible way to retarget an audience below 1,000 unique website visitors? Yeah, I just mentioned it before, Chuki. All you need to do basically is you need to go and you need to get the Performance Max campaign up and running. But instead of your Performance Max campaign targeting new users, you want to target existing users. Even if you have 400 visitors per month, this works. It definitely works. In fact, Steph, who's in the chat right now, she's retargeting people. And I think she was on, if I'm lying, Steph, let me know. But I think she was on 500 website visits per month or less, maybe 400 website visits per month or less. And she was still able to retarget. The problem is when you go the traditional retargeting route, where you build up your retargeting audience and you try to send retargeting ads there, that you're going to need a big volume of people. For me, I am very lucky because Steph just confirmed. She said, yep, it works. And she's also got a small audience as well. For me, I'm very lucky in that I have this YouTube channel. Whenever I need to retarget people, I can just retarget my YouTube channel. I've got about 7,000 people that view. So it's very easy for me to retarget my YouTube channel. Excuse me 1 second. I just want to see if we can look at my data manager over here so I can see my retargeting audiences over here. See if I can get you show you actually some metrics inside here as well. So I'm just going to click on manager and link. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really show me. What I'm going to do is, it doesn't really show me. Check this out. It doesn't really show me how many people are in that particular audience. Yeah, unless I'm going to the wrong place over here, which I probably am. I'm not too used to this Google Ads Google Ads interface yet. It's all still new for me on this side. But yeah, if I go into my YouTube over here, I can't see my audience side. Oh, there's the audience manager. I was wondering where that was. Give me a second, Chuki. Let's see. There we go. You see all of this, too small to serve, too small to serve, too small to serve, too small to serve. But when I go YouTube audience, I got 2,900 people there, and I've got 5,400 people. So I can retarget that. If you have less than this, then what you want to do is you want to go performance max. And with your performance max, you want to make sure that you are targeting just existing users, and you'll still be able to target them, and it works perfectly. In fact, Steph said somewhere that her retargeting campaign, I've got her stats somewhere over here. Just give me a second. There we go. So her retargeting stats after 14 days. This is PMAX, targeting an existing user base. Low clicks, not a big audience. 13.45% conversion rate. This is in South African Rand. It's about $2.38 cost per conversion. So yeah, that'll be perfectly fine. So Chuki says, got it. Thanks. Fantastic. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hang around for about 14 more minutes. I'm going to hang around for about 14 more minutes. Man, I need to drink some water. You guys are asking some very good questions today. If anybody has any more questions for me, let me know. Also, what I want to do is I want to tell you guys as I take a sip of water. Yeah, you can definitely use your YouTube ads or your YouTube channel audience as an audience because Google owns YouTube, Google owns Gmail, and Google owns search. So if you have a YouTube audience, you can show them ads. If you have 20,000 people watching your YouTube channel, you can definitely show them ads. And in fact, you might even see your conversion rates going up. All right. Cool. Let me just take a sip of this water. Woo. This is actually turning into a fun live stream. All right. So before we go any further, I see a lot of you guys in the stream are beginners. You're starting off. So for example, PJ Bowler, you guys are beginners. I want you to seriously have a look at my Google Ads course. What I've done is I've taken all 7 years of my Google Ads experience and I've put it into one course. Link is in the description below. It's called Profitable PPC. Some of the people that you see in the chat over here, Andrea, Steph, they are, I would say, graduates of the course because they're already getting leads for their ads. Some of them are doing okay. Some of them are still on their way to, getting their ads completely profitable. But I put everything in one course. So if you're starting out and if you say, hey, I want to learn this thing, but I want to learn it from beginning to end, and I want to understand exactly how Devin runs ads, check out my Google Ads course, Profitable PPC, link down in the description below. And I'll also put a link in the chat so you know exactly what it is. There's also a free trial in there. So if you just want a free trial, you just want to check it out and see if it's for you or not for you, check out the link. Go crazy, right? All right. So if you have any more questions, ask now because in 12 minutes, I'm going to be gone. I hope. All right. So let's see. So Chuki over says, cool. Didn't know you could use YouTube as an audience. Andreas says, highly recommended. Thank you so much, Andreas. We appreciate you. That's one of my students over there. You can ask him if the course is any good in the chat. And also, PJ Baller, how would you find local service business prospects? Just cold calling. You don't want to cold call. I think cold call it's very difficult to find clients off of cold calling, number one. And number two, you have to be really good at building trust very quickly. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to give you a very easy way to find. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you 3 easy ways to find Google Ads clients. Okay. So First one, and I've said this in one of my streams before, if anybody's out there listening, you want to go to Reddit, you want to type in Google Ads, and you want to look at all of the groups for Google Ads on Reddit. Okay, it can be Reddit, it can be Quora, wherever it's an online forum where anyone can join for free, right? And what you don't want to do is you don't want to sell to those people. You don't want to say, hi, I'm a Google Ads manager, I can take over your ads, I charge $200, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to do any of that. What you want to do is you want to go and you want to say, if they have a question. So for example, some guy will say something like, hey there, I've got search campaigns, but for some reason, I keep on showing up on the wrong searches. Now, usually what people who are salesy do is they just go there and go, hey, hire me, I'll help you fix the problem. That doesn't help anyone, right? That is a terrible way to sell to people. What you want to do is you want to explain the problem and explain why it's happening. So you can say something like, hey there, John, I saw your Reddit post, and based on what you're saying, it sounds to me like you're using broad match keywords. If you're using broad match keywords, that means you're going to show up for all different types of queries that somebody might type into the Google search engine. And this could be one of the reasons why you're showing up on the wrong searches. Also, you should try out phrase match or exact match, because this is going to help you show up exactly where you need to be. Now, a lot of people think that if they do this, they're going to scare away the customer because they gave them the answer. Give the guy the answer, because what's going to happen is somebody else is going to come on Reddit a few days later and they're going to read the post and they're going to see the beautiful answer you gave. And they're going to say, you know what? This guy sounds like he knows more about Google Ads than me. I think I want to hire this guy. I want to hire this guy. And that's usually how you get clients. No jokes. I've gotten a client that paid me $350 per hour for consulting. I got him off a Reddit post that I posted 3 years ago. Guy just saw my Reddit post, Reddit loved it, came, paid me $350 for 1 hour of consulting, right? This is how easy it is, because people are searching, Reddit comes up, your answer is constantly going to come up. So that's number one, finding business prospects. Number two, go to Upwork, build a fantastic profile for yourself, and start applying to jobs. You can do this every morning. If you apply to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jobs every single day, or maybe 4 or 5 good ones every single day, you will get clients in no time. There's always someone on Google, on Upwork looking for a Google Ads manager, Google Ads freelancer, somebody to run their ads, somebody to help them set up their ads, somebody to help them consult them if something goes wrong with their ads. So number two, you need to be on Upwork and you need to be constantly there. Some would say, hey, can I do this on Fiverr? Yes, you can do it on Fiverr, but Fiverr generally attracts a lower quality of person. So you got to be very careful where you put yourself, because if you put yourself amongst people that are charging $10 to run Google Ads, don't complain when you start getting paid $10 to run Google Ads. See what I'm saying? You have to be with the right crowd. So on Upwork, I've managed to get clients to pay me up to, I think it was $110 per hour. I don't know about the other platforms, but on Upwork, it's possible. Fiverr, maybe less possible. So try and go on Upwork and apply to those jobs every single day. And the third thing you can do, this is the thing that almost nobody does. The third thing you can do is you can start making content. Especially if you have no experience and no client results, if you start making content on YouTube, you will start seeing results almost instantaneously, because you can put together a video on how to set up a search ad. You can put together a video on how to set up a demand gen ad, right? And it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be an expert. You're just teaching what you know right now. The stuff that I'm teaching you guys today is what I've learned over 7 years. Philip has been doing this since 2003 for 20 years. So the stuff that he teaches, he will teach you over 20 years. And I bet you there's probably somebody who's older than me and Philip who's been doing this for the past, I don't know, 25 years or something like that as well. You can only teach based on the experience and knowledge that you have right now. Don't let imposter syndrome make you feel like, oh, you're not an expert, so you shouldn't be asking for big sums of money, or you shouldn't be doing this, or you shouldn't be doing that. go after it and teach what you know. That is the third piece of advice that I have for you. So I hope all of this helps. And yeah, I can see that you have a lot of questions. Also, if anybody here is a Google Ads expert right now and you're willing, share what you do in the comment section to get clients. So share what you do to get clients in the comment section. So if you have a certain thing that you like to do and it creates a lot of opportunities to get clients, you're more than welcome to share that in the comment section if you want to below as well. All right, so MCX says the course is highly recommended. And Steph, why are you doing this? Steph says, show them the stats of your course students. Oh yeah, you mean your stats. Okay, cool. Let's do this. All right, so what I'm gonna do is let me share my screen over here. Gotta figure out how to share screens. Okay, see, yeah, this is a horrible screen share. Let's do this. All right, so this is my Google Ads course. As you can see, you can get amazing results. This is what we promise you. Get your ads profitable in less than 30 days without a huge ad budget, right? And these are my lovely students. And first and foremost, this is Steph, the same De Villiers over here that's telling you to check my core students. Steph got 11 leads from the period of, well, let's just say she got 11 leads in 30 days. After taking the course, she did 102 leads in 23 days. That is absolutely crazy. Even as I'm saying this, Steph, that's an absolutely crazy number over there. So all of her stats, the screenshots are over there as well. We've got Darcy as well. Darcy is a eulogy writer, and basically the course has paid for herself. She's gotten enough clients that the course pays for herself, and she has an online business, an e-commerce business. This is Martine. Absolutely love Martine. Martine her ads are so good. She's fully booked, and then she stops running them. She just stops them every month. She runs them for about a week, and then she just stops them because she's fully booked. And she's working with a €7 per day budget. Not a big budget at all, but she's fully booked on that. And she got 3 leads on the first day. And this is Gabriella. She just wanted more action, more engagement from her YouTube ads. And there's a video with how I basically talk her through it. And this is all on the course page that I've linked in the chat as well. So thanks for that upsell, Steph. But yeah, as you guys can see, the proof is in the pudding. My students seem to love me, and the stuff that I'm teaching seems to work. So you could call me an expert, quote unquote. All right, so PJ Bowler says he's going to check out the course. Fantastic. All right, cool. Chuki, would you say it's better to establish yourself as a digital agency or a freelance Google/Meta ads expert? This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one. So if I was you, what I would do is I would not brand myself as Meta ads or Facebook ads. I would say I do one of them. And I'd start off as a freelancer. Because when you start off as a freelancer, there's much less work involved in setting up procedures, websites, proof that you are an agency. When you're a freelancer, most people out there get that, okay, this guy runs ads. Now, what usually happens with freelancers is they start getting very busy. You start getting 1 client, you start getting 2 clients, you start getting 3 clients, 4 clients, 5 clients, and then all of a sudden, you feel like your head is spinning, and every day you wake up, your email inbox is full, and there's way too much work to do. And this is usually the point where, and most freelancers don't do this, they just stay stuck there. And what happens is you have burnout, you're working the longest hours of your life, you're making good money, but it's not really worth it because you're too tired to actually enjoy the money. This is usually the spot where you can pivot one of 2 ways. You can either go the consultant route or you can go the full digital agency route. Because now that you have the clients and you have the case studies and you've got that 5 or 6, 10 clients behind you that you can say, hey, I've taken John and Jim's and Steven's ads and I've shown how I can get them amazing results. It makes your agency website look so much better because now you can put it on your agency website and you can say, look at all of these successful case studies I have. Once you do that, you'll be able to command a higher price, which means you'll be able to hire people to run the ads for you, which means you'll be freed up to go and get more clients for yourself. The problem with branding yourself as a digital agency when you're one person, and I know this because I did this, I made this mistake. The problem with branding yourself as a digital agency when you're one person is you think it's going to allow you to charge more prices. It's going to allow you to charge better prices, and it's going to allow you to charge more money. What you're actually doing is you're working against yourself because they expect a lot more from an agency than they would from a freelancer. So you're actually telling the client to expect more work from you and at a higher quality than if you were a freelancer. So for example, if I told you I hired a guy on Upwork to design my logo, you would expect him to design a logo. Am I right? But if I tell you I hired an agency in LA, in California, to design a logo, you're not only going to expect the logo to look amazing, but you want amazing mock-ups, you want amazing style guides, you want all of these amazing things, because you know when an agency does it, they're supposed to have all of these different things. And likewise with you, when you're a freelancer running Google Ads, you can basically have that one-to-one communication with your clients. If you become an agency, they're going to want reports. They're going to want so much from you, and you're going to find yourself very stressed out. So be very careful with that. Represent where you are. If you're a freelancer, be a freelancer. Rather be a freelancer that's very good and charges a high price than trying to be an agency when you're just one guy. This is my own personal experience. I've learned this the hard way. So yeah, I hope that helps. All right. Now, I'm going to say this one more time. I know we're at the hour, and I know I said I'd be gone in 15 minutes, but does anybody have any more questions that I can ask? And I know some of you might feel like you have stupid questions, or you might feel like, oh, everybody's supposed to know this. I'm going to feel so embarrassed if I ask this. But the reason why I do these live streams is I genuinely want to talk to you guys, and I genuinely want to find out what is bothering you so I can go and make videos about what's bothering you, and I can help you get to where you're going. So if you do have questions, please ask them. Ask them. I am here. I've been running Google Ads for the past 7 years. I've worked with clients from Australia, Germany, the UK, South Africa, Tanzania, Uganda, Canada, USA. We haven't had one in Brazil yet, which bothers me. Greece, Thailand, Singapore, New Zealand, so all over the world. So there's never going to be a better chance to ask me something than now. So yeah, all right. So Steph says, fun live stream, informative. Thanks for your time, Devin. Oh, it's my absolute pleasure. Chuki says, very valuable answer, much appreciated. Yeah, definitely. Chuki, what I love about you is you should come more often, man. You always ask good questions. You always give me good content. So thank you very much for that. Yes, you do need to pay for Connects on Upwork, but my plan for Connects, I wish I could show you my Upwork profile right now. I wish I could give out Connects, you know that, because I don't use Upwork anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly show you my Upwork account. I haven't used Upwork. I haven't been on Upwork in like months because I've left that like behind me. So I'll show you my Connects on Upwork over here. Let's talk about the Connects on Upwork since we're here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen. As you can see, this is my profile on Upwork, and you've got your Connects over here. And also, if you guys want to know a little bit more about my Upwork, let's see, how do I view my profile? Man, I haven't been here. I always hire people from Upwork. So these are my stats on Upwork. As you can see, I've earned 5K. I'm rated as a top freelancer, 100% job success, which is cool. I've done 99 hours, and my rate is $350 per hour. All right, so over here, let's go to our Connects, and let's say we want to buy Connects. Now, Connects are very expensive. Am I right? They are like super expensive because as you can see, like in $45, that's a lot of money, like to be spending on Connects. And also, if every job is like 8 connects, 6 connects, you're going to finish it pretty quickly. So this is what I would do if I was you. What you want to do is you want to apply for the right kinds of jobs. It's that simple. If you go and you apply for every single person that's looking for Google Ads, you are going to run out of money very quickly. So for example, if you see there's a job in India and you're like, hey, let me apply for a job in India, it's not going to be worth the 8 connects, because that guy is probably going to want to pay you like $12, $15, $50 maybe. What you want to do is you want to look for the high value jobs, and you want to go after the high value jobs on Upwork, and then it is worth it to spend that $45. So yes, you will need to pay, but if you pair this with the Reddit strategy that I told you, Reddit is free, content creation is free, Upwork you have to pay for. All three combined will definitely get you clients. This is what I'm trying to say. All right. So PJ Baller, how can you handle prospects who want to know how much money they can expect to make from search ads? Man, beautiful question. Beautiful question. Typically speaking, you don't want to promise performance that you can't deliver. So if you go and you lie to the client to get the client, we've all seen this before. Steph will also tell you, a lot of agencies do this. They lie to you and they tell you, oh, hire our agency and we'll double your business. Hire our agency and we'll quadruple your business. You're making 5 figures. We're going to get you to 6 figures and 7 figures and stuff like that. You don't want to do that when you're starting off. You don't want to do that at all. What you want to do is you want to find people like, maybe there's a guy, maybe there's a girl who runs a hair salon. What you want to do is you want to find people, maybe they're plumbers. And all you want to do is you want to promise them that you will improve their current ad performance. Write this on your forehead, right? If you got a pen, you got a pen over here, write it on your forehead. What you want to do is you want to improve their ad performance. Especially if you're a beginner like you are, PJ Baller. Do not go in there promising them you're going to get them a fantastic return on ad spend. None of that stuff. All you're saying is you're getting 10 leads. I can help you get better results than you're getting right now. You will never get in trouble when you do this. What a lot of people do is they go in, they promise the client 100 leads. And then when they start realizing that, oh, this is never going to work, the client's actually spending too little, then they have to go back to the client and say, oh, actually, you need to spend more. And then the client's like, oh, I need to spend more. I thought you were the guy who told me that you're going to help me get the results. And then the client's angry. He doesn't want to pay you. And you're angry because you're not getting paid. And the circle goes round and round. So when you're a beginner, the sales pitch is very simple. Your sales pitch should be, I'm going to help you improve your current ad results that you're getting. If you're getting leads for $90, I'm going to help you get leads for $80. If you're getting leads for $50, I'm going to help bring your cost per lead down to $40. You see what I'm doing over there? Nothing crazy. I'm not telling you I'm going to cut your lead cost in half, right? Don't do that, especially when you're starting off. When you start getting a little bit more experience, when you know what you're doing, then it starts to be okay. Like, for example, here, Andreas, who's a marketing agency owner, by the way, check them out as well. If you're into real estate, I'm going to ask Andreas just to drop his, well, you can't in the link below, but anyway, reach out to him as well if you're interested in that. I'm sure his YouTube profile is on there. So Andreas says a realistic ROAS, which is your return on ad spend. For those of you who don't know what ROAS means, if I put $100 in an ad campaign and I get back $300, I've got 300% of my money back. So the ROAS would be 300%. However, a realistic ROAS is that. However, I want to see you prove it on lead gen. Exactly. So basically, what Andreas is saying is, what Andreas and myself is saying, don't do that. You don't want to start going into this game trying to prove yourself. So I'm going to tell you a little story about how I got started. And it's not the way I want you to start, but I didn't have as much options as you did in South Africa in 2016, 2017. I didn't have as many options as you did. So what I used to do is I used to go out there and I used to tell business owners, I will run your ads for, I think it was I want you to pay me $175 and I will get you 50 leads a month. And if I can't get you 50 leads for $175, I will give you your money back. That was my sales pitch, because I knew every business owner in the world will be happy with that, because if I get it wrong, they get their money back. That was starting out when Google Ads wasn't really as commonplace as it is now. Now you've got a little bit of better options. You don't have to go that high risk strategy. Let me tell you something, PJ, and I think this is a very important point, and it's a very important thing to think about. The average client does not want amazing, super crazy ad performance. The average client wants somebody who knows more about Google Ads than they do, so they can do a little bit of a better job. That is it. As business owners, we just want a little bit more improvement. So you don't have to promise the earth to get the client. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is promise that you can do it a little bit better than they can themselves. And the best sales pitch you can use is, if a business owner says, hey, I don't know if I can trust you to run my ads, you could say to him, how many hours are you spending on your ads per month, Mr. Client? And he'll tell you, oh, I don't even have time for my ads. I maybe spend 15 minutes a month on them. And then you can say to him, don't you think that if I spend 4 hours per week on your ads, don't you think your results would be much better? Because I've got 4 hours every single week to dedicate to your ads, and you don't even have time for your own ads. Then it's going to go, he does have a point. If I'm getting results and I'm only putting in 15 minutes a month, imagine if somebody puts in 16 hours a month. That's the sales pitch. That's what you do. You're not selling anything. I didn't say anything about I'm promising you better results. I didn't promise them anything. I just promised them that I would put more time into the ads than they're putting into the ads. See? Simple. Selling is very simple. Guys, don't complicate this thing. Selling is very simple. So do that and you will be fine. All right. Guys, I said I would be here for 5 more minutes, 10 minutes ago. It's now 15 minutes. But okay, let's keep it rolling over here. All right, so Chuki says, I feel like everyone on Upwork is looking for people with a proven track record and experience, but what if somebody doesn't have experience and never used Upwork before? Okay, so PJ Bowler says, thank you very much for that question. Okay, cool. All right, so Chuki, I'm going to show you exactly what I did with 0 experience on Upwork. Let's do it. We're going to reverse engineer my Upwork profile, and we're going to see exactly how I got to where I am now. Are you ready, my friend? Let's see. I'm going to do this. Let's go to Upwork. Let's go to my profile and let's see. What did I do? All right. And it's been like rough. It's been super rough. Anyway, let's do this. And is this my full work history? I'm going to go all the way back till when I had nothing. Absolutely nothing. No experience, nothing. And you can see I started off on Upwork designing logos for $5. You see that? $5. Next, I designed 2 banners for $10, right? Then I set up a PPC campaign. Can you believe it? Devin Thomas, Google Ads expert in 2019, I set up a Google Ads campaign for $10. What these 3 reviews allowed me to do was to get the track record, to get the experience. Remember, before this, I had 0 experience on Upwork, right? So look what happens now. Now I've got a couple of reviews, and now I keep on applying for jobs. And now I get a job for $15, and then I get a job for $6, and then I get a job for $20. And then all of a sudden, it starts happening. I get a job where I can charge $25 per hour to help somebody learn Google Ads. I keep on going. Eventually, after that job, I increase my rate again to $40 per hour. And now all of a sudden, I can charge $40 per hour. Very happy. After that, increase my rate again. Now I'm up to $50 per hour. And then, and then we got to the wrong side of the page. Now, all of a sudden, now the momentum is starting to come. Another job, $55 per hour. Google Ads training, 2 hours, $55 per hour. Here, $55 per hour, $55 per hour. And then I doubled that rate. Now I'm on 110 per hour, 2022. And now I can charge 110 per hour. And it keeps on going that way. So as you can see, Chuki, you got to put in the work. There's no way around it. I can sit here and I can tell you, no, do this and pretend you're this and pretend you're. At the end of the day, you got to start at the bottom, build up your good track record if you have no track record, and eventually you'll get there. Not everyone is going to say no to you. You got to get that out of your mind. That's negative thinking. Not everybody's going to say no to you. Stop thinking about all of the reasons why somebody would say no, and ask. When you ask, eventually somebody will say yes. And guys, just think about it. If it was 2020 is 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was charging $10 to set up a Google Ads campaign. Today, I'm charging $350 just to do a consultation. So that's 35 times more money than I'm making right now in 1 hour. Well, not in 1 hour. That didn't take me 1 hour to set up Google Ads campaign. So it's probably like $2 an hour. That's a huge increase. How does that increase happen? It happens because you put in the work. It happens because you do the things right. And what happens is you build up that track record slowly. So you can't be where you are and where you're going at the same time. You got to make a serious commitment to be better at what you do today and to build up that track record. It's the only way it's going to work. And I think that is a good place to end off the live stream. So I want to thank every single person that came. I want to say thank you to all of you. I love all of you. Thank you so much for all of the questions. I also want to remind you that if you want to learn Google Ads and if you want my 7 years of hard-fought experience, you can check out Profitable PPC down below. There's a link below for my Google Ads course. You can check it out. I've laid out everything there. And you can also check out our sponsor, Lead Pages. They are a great affiliate. And if you want a very easy to install templates that are ready for conversions today, check out Lead Pages. But that is me. And yeah, I had so much fun with each and every single one of you. So PJ Baller says, thanks everyone. MCX says, thank you for the live stream, Devin. And guys, buy the course. You will never regret it. Yeah, definitely. You've got people who have bought the course in this chat, so you guys have no excuse. Anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with all of you, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.